Hello from my home office down in Auckland, New Zealand. I am Chester with a quick weather update. I've been deciding what should I do with this page, and I'm going to try to do some more videos for my hometown, St. Louis, the DMV as well, and overall weather across both New Zealand and in America. So bear with me. If you like this content, give me a shout, give me a comment, let me know that you liked it, what you see, and if not, suggest things and I'll make it better best I can. All right, with that said, we're talking about the severe weather threat for my friends in St. Louis. I'll also give a shout out to the DMV towards the end of the video just to talk about your potential severe weather threat. But I'm going to start here with this Venture Sky image. Essentially, it's the thunderstorm activity that we're seeing when I'm recording this video about 10 a.m. New Zealand time, about 5 o'clock St. Louis time, 6 o'clock DC time, and you can see a front to the north and west here of St. Louis and Missouri. Really, is that's the focusing area where all the thunderstorm activity has been flaring up and then moving to the east. And we had one batch of thunderstorms move through overnight and early this morning. Still thundery downpours across Metro St. Louis. We expect this to eventually move east, but until that front moves east, the threat for severe weather will be with the St. Louis region. You can see again on the windy map here. There's the low to the left there towards the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. Out ahead of it, that warm, moist, unstable air clashing in with the drier, more stable air to the northwest. Classic severe weather setup for the Midwest, especially in the spring and summer months, which you guys are walking into right now. For my friends out in the DMV, still quite dry. So scroll towards the end of the video where we talk more about the DMV weather if you want to watch that. So there's the radar again. A little after 10 in the morning, you could see some thunderstorms in around Metro St. Louis. Some of them have been on the stronger side, a lot of rain, a potential flood threat here too, but we're not done yet. Sir, sure, once we go to the west, you can see some activity here clearing away out towards Casey Mo, out towards Columbia, Jeff City, where you already saw your round of thunderstorms. Those have since cleared away, but we're looking at the potential for more thundery downpours developing way off to the west. You can actually see this. They're west of Kansas City as of this recording, again, a little after 5 o'clock Central Time. And you can see that's the line that we're going to be watching for the later tonight or overnight hours into the early hours heading into Tuesday. So, again, this video recorded about 5 o'clock on Monday. So if you're watching this a little bit later, you want to get the latest radar from your favorite source. You can see that activity will eventually slide off to the east, and eventually that's going to have an impact for you all in the St. Louis area. So as a result, the Storm Prediction Center has numerous severe weather outlooks for the region, including the enhanced potential for our friends out in western Missouri, eastern parts of Kansas as well. But more importantly, for St. Louis, you are in that slight risk area for the severe weather later tonight into early tomorrow. And if we look carefully, I'm going to change the source to day 2. And you can see that severe weather risk remains in Metro St. Louis through day 2. Again, that's Tuesday, and I'll talk about that and how that's going to progress. So let's look at what the computers are suggesting. This comes from the RRFS high resolution modeling. Again, this one is from the Aguacero website. And again, you could see these thundery downpours showing up here on the computer. I'm going to take it to, let's say, about 6Z, which is 7 p.m. You can see thunderstorms moving across Metro St. Louis here on Tuesday. So again, let's go hour by hour here. The rest of your Monday, you could see thundery downpours clearing away towards this evening. And then there's that line congealing to the west here. Heavy thunderstorms, wind damage, potential squall line, potential isolated tornado threat, hail threat, certainly with these thunderstorms. So we'll take it to about just after midnight here. So just after midnight, you see those thunderstorms have made it into central Missouri and they're knocking on the doorstep of Metro St. Louis. And then by the time we get into the early hours tomorrow, I'll take it to 6 in the morning. You can see that thunderstorm activity has moved through Metro St. Louis. A lot of question as to how this will play out. It's potential these could fall apart as they fall into the metro, but with the unstable air, you can't rule out some severe weather early in the morning on Tuesday. But again, not done just yet. As this next round comes through here, I'm going to take you to midday here. So this is midday now on on Tuesday. You can see still some thunderstorms in around Metro St. Louis, and the modeling still suggests that there could be some severe weather in Metro St. Louis through the afternoon and evening hours. If this were to come to fruition, these could be quite robust, severe thunderstorms in the metro. So we're stopping the clock here, 22Z, so that's at 5 p.m. around this time tomorrow, Tuesday, and there could be some hefty thunderstorms in around Metro St. Louis. So you want to watch your favorite local media, your favorite YouTuber, whoever it is, tracking the severe weather into Tuesday. This is not the channel for that. I want to give you forecasts. I'm not going to track severe thunderstorms hour by hour. I just don't have the potential time. I've got a family and kids, I've got things going on. But I do want to give you guys a heads up that Metro St. Louis could see those big time thunderstorms once again, multiple rounds early Tuesday, and then again later Tuesday afternoon once that front clears. Once the front clears later on Tuesday, you're in the clear. And heading into Wednesday, you can see the thunderstorm threat is gone. We're pretty much done with the severe weather, at least this particular round of severe weather, as we'll be on the other side of that front. And that front does show up very well here on some of our other mapping. Here's the front. Once again, I want to show you. We're going to advance it here. Just bear with me as I work with the program here. So we're going to go in through tomorrow, and this is late tomorrow. You can see the front has made it into Metro St. Louis, and this is that potential for the stronger to severe thunderstorms again later tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday afternoon and evening. And then once we get into Tuesday night and into Wednesday, we clear that out, and you can see high pressure starts to build in, and you get a much cooler northeasterly wind flow that's going to bring more settled weather. Now, for those who are wondering about the DMV, maybe you stuck with me, you watched the entire video. We're not done yet, right? We've got the potential for severe weather in the DMV as well a little bit later in the period. So let's go towards that period into the Wednesday time period. And again, this is late Tuesday into Wednesday, front approaching the DMV. And there you go, the potential for some hefty thunderstorms in around Metro Washington. Right now, it's a marginal risk. It's one of the lower risks for DC, Baltimore, Virginia, Maryland, but we're keeping an eye on that as well. I'm going to show you the forecast for severe weather heading into the potential severe weather heading into that Wednesday time period for the DMV. You can see DC here. You can see big time thunderstorms showing up here on the GFS model. Take it with a grain of salt because it could evolve very differently, could end up being storms much farther to the south and west, or the front could race faster and you end up not getting severe weather. But the Storm Prediction Center, as of now, does have a risk area for severe weather for our friends over in the DC DMV area heading into the Wednesday time period. So I'm going to show you that on the map here. This is that marginal risk. It's the lowest of the risk categories, but it is not a zero risk. And this is likely to change and grow and change positions as the days to come, as the modeling catches up. One of the things about global models, they do a great job of widespread weather patterns, showing you a front moving through, showing lows and highs, but they're not as good with convection or thunderstorms. So something to keep in mind. Okay, with that said, I'm going to end the video there. Again, if you want to see any particular content, please give me a shout. Let me know what you think of this video. I'm going to do some climate content, weather content, whatever I see interesting. I'm going to try to put this up on this Facebook, Instagram, YouTube page. Give me a shout. Again, this is Chester coming to you from down under in New Zealand. We'll have more videos for St. Louis, the DMV, and of course, New Zealand. And I'm going to do some fire weather for the American West as well. Thanks for joining me.